Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a reading on how is the Mercury retrograde personally affecting you, okay? So I have 6 piles. I'm going to go ahead and show you with my phone, and you could look at these piles. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? It's how is the Mercury retrograding affecting you, your life, your love life, your personal relationships, your job, your family, whatever, okay? So think about which piles resonates with you the most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? So pile number 1, if you chose pile number 1, we've got the Time Master, 9 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands, Love, 3 of Wands, Spirit of the Sun. I've thought about reaching out to you, but I stopped myself. Listening, 7 of Wands, You and I were too young, Hermit, Guide, and Shine Bright Like a Candle. It says, you will make it through this, okay? It's a good final message. So I feel with pile number 1, there's a lot of delays, as you would expect with Mercury retrograde, okay? I feel like you've been waiting on for some illumination with some situation. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. There's a strong fire energy in this pile. You could also be a Sagittarius or Aries or Leo. But you've been waiting on someone to come forward. I feel like this person has taken their sweet time, okay? You've been trying to listen to your guides. You've been trying to listen to spirit signs to try to get more clarity here. But it's just, you're waiting on something to happen that just hasn't been illuminated. You're waiting on an answer. You're waiting on answers. Like you're trying to get answers yourself with that Hermit. I do feel like this person is someone that you have like a love dynamic with, okay? But for some reason, I feel like they are very guarded. You guys could have had a lot of fights. I feel like they are very passionate about you. I do feel like this is a very strong connection. I feel like it brings a lot of vitality to both of you guys, and you both shine in each other's eyes, okay? But you could have met each other either in a past life or when you guys were really young. I feel like there's a lot of history here though, okay? And I feel like there's been a lot of waiting. But I do feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you've been waiting, and then suddenly there's going to be a big shift. So I do see that there's going to be a big shift in this dynamic. I feel like now might be the kind of incubation time for you to go inward and get some answers on your own before this person comes. I feel like the more work you do on yourself, the more this person's going to come forward, okay? I think that they want to communicate something to you, but they don't know how. I don't feel like there's been that much drama here. I just feel like this could be someone that doesn't necessarily want to commit. This could be someone that, you know, has been out of town and you're waiting for them to travel back. You guys could have had a long distance relationship. But I do feel like as you listen to the signs, you'll get more and more clarity here, okay? I feel like you also need to listen to your own internal voice and not listen to anyone else's opinion on the matter, okay? I do feel like this time that you've had waiting is a good time to work on yourself and master your own time, and also look at the barriers that you have, because I feel like you're both mirroring this barriers, something that you guys just both don't trust. There's like a barrier here still, okay? So I'm just going to get one more card, clarity on that, what the barrier here is, okay? All right, soulmate. Okay, this is like a lot of yellow and like solar plexus and sacral chakra colors, like Leo and fire sign energy, divine feminine. I feel like this is because you guys still have some work that you have to do on your own here, okay? So that's what pile 1. I just feel like it's a matter of time, and Mercury retrograde isn't the best time to reconcile, okay? So I just feel like, you know, keep waiting, but don't just use this time waiting. Use this time to be working on yourself in the meantime, all right? So that's pile number 1. Let's see what we got going on for pile number 2. Okay, if you pick pile number 2, we've got 2 of Cups, Harvest Lodge of the Stones, which is Queen of Pentacles, Cycles, My Life is Not as Together as It Seems, 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the Magician, Knight of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles energy in this pile, the Holy Mountain, Stillness, You Are Never Far From My Mind, Spirit of the Snowflake, special, irreplaceable, one of a kind, follow your own good advice, trust yourself, you know what is best for you. This is definitely, first off, there's a lot of earth energy here, okay? Even with the Holy Mountain, I see this as kind of like a mountain goat, like Capricorn energy. Then we got Queen of Pentacles. Then we got the Magician, which is Gemini or Virgo. Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo. 7 of Pentacles. I mean, very, very earth energy here, okay? I feel that this is a soulmate connection, okay? We've got 4 of Wands, which is like the twin flame. I feel that the Mercury retrograde is kind of keeping you guys in this state of illusions with each other. Like you guys are both kind of thinking the other person is having something or doing something that they're not really doing. So Mercury's in Pisces and it's in retrograde. So I feel like things are a little bit fuzzy. Like you're assuming they're maybe happy with someone else and they could be assuming you are too. I feel like this is a person that you've gone through a lot of cycles with. I feel like this is a person that you don't think that they really care about you, but they actually really do. So there's a lot of assumptions, a lot of illusions here. Even with the Magician, there's kind of like this like magic type trance energy here, okay? But I actually feel like this person in this time is really trying to figure out what they want to do about this connection, okay? So there's kind of a delay. I said that in pile 1. I do feel like people are working on their money in this situation, but I feel like there could be like this disconnection from emotion in this connection. Even though the 2 of Cups is here, I do see it as a soulmate connection. I do feel like you guys are twin flames, but I feel like, you know, there's just a lot of focus on tangible, practical matters here. I feel like this is a time to really trust yourself. Like, don't talk to anyone else about your connection because this is a very sacred connection, all right? This is time to really harness your own intuition. It's a time to get still, maybe do some meditation, maybe get some more clarity, and also just work on yourself. I feel like you're both working and investing energy on your own things here, okay? Pisces new moon might be bringing up things. It says with the cycles here too. I want to just refresh on the Holy Mountain, what that was about. It's also about like spirituality here, okay? So, what does it say here? Number 50. The Holy Mountain. When the Holy Mountain shows up, it is time to be active. Do not let your doubts deter you and keep you bound. This is a time to leap over challenges and to remember that from the top of the mountain, there are no obstacles, only beauty and an unobstructed view. First, you must accept the present situation as an opportunity to discover higher understanding. So yeah, we've got follow your own good advice, trusting your intuition, and the Holy Mountain. So I feel like this is about a time where you guys are really learning how to harness your intuition and using meditation to get in touch with that, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is also very like she's calm but she's confident. She's not like showy like the Queen of Wands. She's like really has her shit together and takes care of herself and really trusts herself and comes from a very grounded point of view. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde could be making you feel like a little bit off kilter, and I feel like the lesson here is to get grounded. Also, 4 of Wands is about building a sturdy foundation. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde is about you finding a sturdy foundation within yourselves, okay? All right, so that is pile number 2. And we're going to move on to pile number 3 here, okay? All right, if you picked pile number 3, we've got 4 of Swords, 4 of Arrows, Discernment, Judgment, High Priestess of Air. I know that I crossed the line with you. The Empress, beautiful. 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. The Tower. The Ancient Ones. Leadership. I'm working towards a better future. Spirit of St. Nicholas, gifts, generosity, assistance. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. Okay? This is beautiful, this pile. So we've got like some really positive cards here and then some really extremely negative cards. Not extremely negative, but more dark, I feel. So what's interesting is the first pile was fire, a lot of fire elements. The second pile was a lot of earth. And now we have a lot of air between 4 of Swords, Discernment. Empress could be Libra, but it could also be Taurus. And then High Priestess of Air, which is having that mental discernment as well. I feel this pile is a lot about getting your strength after something really traumatic happened to you. So Mercury retrograde could be helping you sift out all the bad things that happened in your life prior, and for you to get to this point where you're really strong, you're really healed, you've really learned all your lessons, and you're ready to not only be thriving in your life, but be able to give to others as well. It also could be preparation for if you guys are wanting to get pregnant this year and have a baby, okay? But this is also about really finding all the beauty in, I just thought of Beauty in the Breakdown. What was that? Ben Folds 5? Or was it something else? But the 6 of Swords, it's like transmuting this, like these really crazy things that happen, like with the Tower and the Judgment, these really extreme things, and going into this quiet space, getting all the answers, getting all the lessons, getting all the clarity, and moving forward. The Ancient Ones is all about breaking the karmic bonds of like your ancestors and really finding your higher purpose here. And Judgment is about that too, okay? 10 of Pentacles is working towards like your ultimate stability, your ultimate purpose. What's weird here is that it's like a very solid foundation, and then you have like the cat or the fox, or I don't know what that is, on top of them. It's, you know, building that steady foundation, but it's also kind of like, even though Pentacles are very solid and sometimes more rigid, is having the flexibility to end up, you know, building something that is built on firm but like flexible ground here, okay? Some of you guys might be preparing to become leaders in some way, but I feel like all of these lessons, all of these things happen for you to become stronger, for you to be able to lead and pave the way, maybe for you guys to become light workers and be able to nurture other people as you nurture yourselves with the 6 of Swords here too, okay? Let me just get one more. This person saying, I know I crossed the line with you. So this thing that happened with someone really caused you to have to learn a lot of harsh lessons, had to deconstruct your whole sense of the world. I'm just doing what I have to do right now. I feel like the person, if you're dealing with someone during this Mercury retrograde, I feel like they're kind of letting you heal, and they're letting themselves heal, but I also feel like they're sort of making like excuses. So this Mercury retrograde is kind of like them forcing you to find superficial. That's their energy. They're just, I feel like they see you as beautiful. They like desire you a lot. They actually think you could be potentially like the mother of their children, but they're still caught up in this like lower vibrational energy. It's up to you to discern what it is that you want, to learn the lessons, to demand these things in your life that you know, you want to be able to give. I feel like this gifts, generosity, assistance is all about like these spiritual lessons were gifts and they actually were meant to help you, even if they were painful. This Tower, okay? People see Tower as very negative, but I feel like it could be positive. I feel like all these things happen for you to become this ultimate, beautiful, evolved version of yourself here, okay? So I think if you pick this pile, it's good for you guys to take time to meditate, to go inward, and to really find the answers and become kind of impenetrable to any like lower vibrational energies that you experienced in the past. If you pick this pile, you could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or you could be dealing with one, okay? But I really feel like whatever things you're doing during this Mercury retrograde are going to lead to you being able to establish your really strong foundation here, right? Okay, so that's pile number 3. Let's go into pile number 4. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. Spirit of Hecate, goddess of night, crossroads, and ghosts. I can't take this anymore. Deception. The Sorcerer. Five of Cups. Death. Scorpio. Seven of Wands. Ace of Cups. Haven't gotten that card yet in this deck. Sometimes I stay awake at night thinking of you. Teaching, Lodge of the Arrows, Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Invisible. Wow, you guys, this is an intense pile, okay? So I feel like what's happening now is the person that you're dealing with during this Mercury retrograde, you guys had a lot of fights. You guys maybe had a lot of battles. There was a lot of ego and defensiveness here. But this situation was very, I want to say volatile, but that's almost like too negative. It was so severe and so detrimental, and it hit home in a lot of ways, and it forced both of you guys to go through kind of like an ego death. I feel like what's happening now in this Mercury retrograde is the person you're dealing with is being forced to look at all the ways they behave with you, all the pain that they cause, all the deception, all the major moments that you guys had, and they're actually having like a heart awakening here, okay? They're starting to realize, you know, this situation is really hitting them hard, okay? I'm going to pull from the shadows and just get clarity. Medicating. They might even be self-medicating, because I feel like this is a lot. It's like, I feel like you guys haven't been in communication for a while. You could now, so far, we've had 3 piles. The first 3, the first one was fire, the second one was earth, the third one was air, and now the most of what I'm getting here is water and some air. But because the Ace of Cups is here, I feel like this person is starting to realize that why did you have such an effect on them? Because you were rare, you were this very unique thing that happened to them. With the 5 of Cups, you actually caused a lot of grief. And now look at these cups and this cups, okay? Be careful that you don't start self-medicating during this Mercury retrograde, because I feel like you guys are both having these really strong emotional heart openings here, okay? This period is meant for you guys to go back to the past. You're both mirroring this reflection. And I just want to read what it says about the Sorcerer here. It's kind of self-explanatory, but so I feel like, you know, when the Sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destruction part of your psyche that misuses powers or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Have you been feeling out of sorts because you're forced to face your own character flaws and the pain you inflict on others when you are out of alignment? Wow, radical self-acceptance is called for now. That's what this is. This pile is all about, having to look at yourself and having to look at the pain you cause, the not even physical deaths, but how you killed off people's innocence, okay? You could have really hurt, and it's because at some point maybe your innocence was killed. I don't think it's you, I think it's the person you're dealing with, but I think they're really going through a major ego death here, okay? I do see the potential to come out of this, though, with this Eight of Pentacles, to really be able to learn something from it and build something off of it. But whatever it is, that this person needs to get out of this like victim mentality and really try to be productive out of it, okay? I feel like they made you feel really invisible. I think the pain they caused was really invisible, but there's also a lot of like invisible things now haunting them that you don't see with the ghosts here, okay? Wow, so that was a heavy pile. That was pile number 4, guys. We're going to move on to pile number 5 now. Okay, if you pick pile number 5, we've got 4 of Pentacles, of Cups, sorry. Ace of Cups. High Priestess of Water. A lot of cups so far. I knew exactly what I was doing. The World. Love that. The Lovers. Wow. 10 of Swords. King of Cups. Oh my God, you guys. So many cups. Wild Woman. Father Sky. It was really me, not you. Spirit of the Apple, test, offer, temptation. Changed in the night. You have changed quickly. This, I feel that you're starting to really understand a lot of these karmic lessons, okay? You had a lot of lessons. You had a lot of tests. You had a lot of really extreme things happen. It could have been specifically with one person or two. I'm seeing Capricorn, possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then definitely Gemini here, okay? And King of Cups, which is Scorpio, but could also be Cancer and Pisces. This person, you carried this wound for a really long time, that it was your fault. But you're starting to get this intuition that this all had to happen for you to become this wild woman. Is like this woman who became unafraid, who became untethered to anyone's opinions about her. She went through so much and she came out as strong as she could ever be, okay? So I feel like this was a soulmate. This was a twin flame, King of Cups. I feel like if you're dealing with someone, they definitely still have strong feelings for them. I feel like as Mercury retrograde goes on, you're going to start peeling like an apple, and like an onion, an apple as well, like uncovering all the different layers of this dynamic, okay? You're going to start to have actually more clarity. Father Sky I see is kind of like a swords energy. It could be some like father wounds that you had. This person could have, you know, mirrored masculine men, that people you dealt with if you're feminine. We've got King of Cups and Father Sky, and realizing, you know, just lessons about that, okay? But this person, you know, I feel like they kind of messed with you. I think they were very attracted to you. I feel like, but they had multiple lovers and they weren't ready to commit. I feel like now they're having a realization, changed in the night, that you are actually maybe someone very significant to them. I feel like they're realizing that both of you have had major lessons when it comes to this, okay? Let me see. And they're starting to take ownership. I knew exactly what I was doing. It was really me, not you. I see a little part of you in everyone I meet, okay? We've got Ace of Cups and this. So they're really starting to see the value of you and this connection. And the more confidence you guys get, the more you become this wild woman, the more unapologetic you are about your life, the more attractive you are to this person, okay? So I don't think you're necessarily going to have communication with this person during Mercury retrograde, but I feel like you're going to start to really learn the lessons. I feel like this person really backstabbed you. They really killed a part of you, but this cycle is starting to complete, okay? So if it's been really hard, you're going through maybe like a Saturn return, or the Saturn placements have been really challenging for you, I feel like you're going to come out of it You may end up having to make decisions about 2 different lovers. I wouldn't make those decisions during Mercury retrograde, okay? Just be wild, be free, give yourself permission to be like, to breathe, because I feel like you could be a Pisces or another water sign as well, but I feel like you guys have had a really challenging time, as now is your time to just kind of relax and to know that this person is coming around like in their own way, okay? All right, so that's pile number 5. All right, last but not least, we've got pile number 6, okay? Pile 6, what have we got here? Belong to your own dream, create your own life. Beautiful. Spirit of the heart, identity, vibration, soul essence. Wow. I keep comparing others to you. Connectivity. Many paths. Beautiful. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. 7 of Swords, 3 of Wands, Ace of Swords. We both know I'm not the one for you. If you're not the one, then why does individualism? 10 of Cups. The grandfathers, the star, Aquarius. Beautiful. Wow. Well, okay. So I feel that this pile could be making, now I'm not saying you can't make a decision during Mercury retrograde, but just be careful that it's not just Mercury retrograde. But I do feel that you guys can have some reflections on the past and start to see your path more clearly, and you can go your own way. I feel this pile is someone who's really getting their strength, and they're starting to realize their own dreams, what it is they really want, who it is they are, what path makes the most sense to them, what makes them feel the most connected, what's going to give them the most emotional fulfillment. And they're starting to really look to the future. They're starting to cut out anything that's like deceiving them or misleading them, and they're really on a path for healing, okay? So during this Mercury retrograde, you might be doing some meditating or doing some things that are really making you realize all the stuff that you want to cut away from the past that doesn't serve you anymore, and getting in touch with who you really are and vibrating to your own, essence, and really setting stones for your future and what it is that would make you happy, what it is that would make you feel like you're just emotionally fulfilled here, okay? You might be deciding that a connection that you've had for a while is just no longer working. You might decide to go back to someone else that you couldn't stop comparing yourself to, because that's where your heart lies, okay? This could also be someone who you were involved with before that's starting to realize like you're a part of their path. You guys could have been on separate paths with this individuality, and now you're going to come together. There's a lot of different possibilities I feel with this pile, but I feel ultimately it's about really getting in touch with your heart center, really cutting out the things that don't serve you, really realizing who it is that you are and what it is that you really want, and being true to that like song in your heart, okay? You could be an Aquarius, you could be Gemini, Libra, a lot of air sign energy in this pile, okay? Let me just get one more card for this. You are special to me even though I told you otherwise. I definitely feel with this pile, someone from the past could have had this like light bulb go off, and they could realize like you're who is in their heart, you're who they want to establish a future with, you're who maybe they want to build a family with, okay? You're their star, you're who they see having like lineage with, creating happiness. And this could have been someone that you've been waiting on for a really long time with the 3 of Wands, and they could have really hurt you in the past, and you could have cut them off, and you cutting them off could have really helped them realize. But I feel like you felt, despite everything that's happened, there's always been this underlying connection that you guys have always had. And no matter who you meet and no matter who they meet and how many different paths you guys walk down, it's like you're always connected, okay? So this, I feel, could be that Seven of Swords with I'm not the one for you. I feel like you knew this was a lie. I feel like they could have said that, but you knew deep down in your heart you always had this connection, and they were deceiving you because they were deceiving themselves, and it was like almost a form of like self-sabotage. All right, so that's pile number 6, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys got something good out of it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.